Hi there. My name's Brian, and I'm in my bedroom. So I guess this is bedroom science. But today we're going to do the paperclip float. No, it's not a dance, but stick with me. So let's talk about what this experiment's going to look like. We need a container, some tap water, a few paper clips, some dish soap, and maybe a fork. So I already have some water in the container, and we're going to try to float paper clips in it. The paperclip float. But how do you say? Well, water molecules are polar, kind of like a magnet, which means they have a north side and a south side. When these molecules are all in a container, they line up north to south, creating something called surface tension, a bonding of molecules. This bond isn't really that strong, but it's strong enough to allow us to float small things on top of water. And it's not even really floating, but we'll get to that later. Now you can find all of these items in your kitchen or office area or junk drawer, which means this experiment is really easy to do, unless you have the shakes. But I have a regular paperclip, and I'm going to try to make it float on top of this water. Obviously, we're not just going to throw it in the water and hope for the best, like that. We need to slowly guide the paperclip in as flat as possible. Now, if you can't get it with your hands, try with a fork or a bent up paperclip like that. But I'm going to try it with the fork. Here we go. Attempt number 2. Awesome. Now, if you don't get it the first time, obviously, you can try again. And you can see at the bottom of that thing, you've got the paperclip that I threw in there, and there is one floating nicely on top. And there you have it. The paperclip's floating. But remember, the paperclip's floating because of the surface tension. The molecules are bonding together, positive to negative, positive to negative. So really, the paperclip isn't floating per se, rather it's laying on a bed of molecule bonds. Now, if I wanted to disturb that tension, I could push it down with my finger like a heathen, but let's try something else. That's where the dish detergent comes into play. Well, back at it. Now, here's the dish detergent. Even if I put just a drop, the soap is going to disturb the bonded water molecules just enough that they'll no longer line up in that north to south fashion, and the paperclip will ultimately sink or fall through that bed of bonded molecules. Let's try it. Boom. Sank right away. Now that the dish detergent's in the water, it's going to be very difficult for us to float any more paperclips in the water because there's now different molecules dispersing throughout, not allowing the water to bond as it had. So let's try it. More paperclips. All right. So we've got the soap in there, and we are going to try setting that in nice and gently again. And it's not working. Let's try this one. Maybe the bigger one will work. Not even close. Not a chance. So, ultimately, I guess, if you want to sink those pesky water strider bugs that can walk on water like you know who, throw some soap in the water. Thanks for joining me.